Her given name was Victoria Melita, but in Russia she was known as Grand Duchess Victoria Feodorovna. She was the second of 4 daughters born to Grand Duchess Maria Alexandrovna and Prince Alfred. The girl was named after her grandmother, Queen Victoria, and the island of Malta, where she was born. In 1891, Victoria Melita traveled to Russia with her mother for the funeral of her aunt, Grand Duchess Alexandra Georgievna, who had died in childbirth. It was there that she met her maternal cousin, Grand Duke Kyril Vladimirovich. The young people immediately felt an affection for each other, but the Orthodox Church did not permit such a marriage. In the fall of that same year, Princess Victoria Melita visited her grandmother, Queen Victoria, and met another close relative there. At the age of 18, Victoria Melita married her cousin Ernest Louis of Hesse, who was also the brother of Empress Alexandra Feodorovna. The couple did not have any deep affection for each other, but they tried hard to be a family. Unfortunately, Ernest and Victoria were profoundly mismatched. The final straw in their tumultuous marriage came when Princess Victoria Melita caught Ernest in an intimate situation with a servant in 1897. The marriage was officially annulled by the Supreme Court of Hesse on December 21, 1901. Our heroine's second husband was Grand Duke Kyril Vladimirovich, the love of her life. They married without the official approval of King Edward VII and against the wishes of Russian Emperor Nicholas II. In retaliation, the emperor stripped Kyril of his titles and honors and exiled the couple from Russia. Kyril Vladimirovich gifted his ducky numerous exquisite pieces of jewelry. The Grand Duke enjoyed seeing his wife admired. It is likely that Queen Victoria's granddaughter aroused open envy among noble women and made their husbands uneasy when she appeared in public wearing the Imperial Sapphire Parure with diamonds, inherited from her mother, Grand Duchess Maria Alexandrovna. The sapphire and diamond set was a wedding gift from Maria Alexandrovna's father, Emperor Alexander II. Alongside the ruby tiara and the fringe tiara, the Tsar of all Russia presented his daughter with this magnificent parure. The set included a tiara, a necklace, and a corsage ornament that could be dismantled into 2 brooches. The sapphires were designed with the future role of Grand Duchess Maria in mind. The blue gemstones adorned floral elements framed by diamonds, each symbolizing her new home: the rose for England, the thistle for Scotland, and the shamrock for Ireland. After the fall of the monarchy in 1917, Grand Duke Kyril fled to Finland with his family. Although the provisional government allowed them to leave, they were prohibited from taking anything with them. However, the family successfully smuggled their jewels by sewing them into their clothing. The fate of the sapphire parure in Exile became predictable. The necklace and corsage ornament were sold to the jewelry house Cartier in Paris. There is no information on the whereabouts of the sapphire tiara. Most likely, it met the same fate as Ducky's other jewels. These were hard times for the deposed members of the royal family. The surviving Romanovs sold their precious gems to support their post-imperial lives. Another piece of jewelry that was successfully taken out of Russia was the Romanian Greek key tiara. Yes, you heard correctly. Victoria Melita was the first owner of this masterpiece. The tiara, adorned with large Greek key diamonds connected by diamond staffs, was originally set on a kokoshnik and worn by Grand Duchess Victoria Melita in a portrait in 1913 with her 2 daughters. Facing severe financial difficulties in exile, she decided to sell her jewels. Fortunately for Grand Duchess Victoria Melita, a buyer was nearby. Queen Marie of Romania, her sister, who had lost her own jewels in Russia during World War I, and bought the tiara for her future daughter-in-law, Princess Helen of Greece. Wearing the tiara at her wedding in Athens in 1921, Crown Princess Helen wore the Greek key tiara at numerous royal events and portraits in the 1920s before she and Crown Prince Kyril divorced and renounced their rights to the throne, resulting in their son inheriting the throne as King Michael of Romania in 1927. When King Kyril was deposed and exiled in 1940, Queen Helen returned to Romania, wearing the Greek key tiara just weeks before the Romanian monarchy was abolished, and King Michael and Queen Helen went into exile. Queen Helen kept the Greek key tiara until her death in 1982, when it was inherited by King Michael and Queen Anne. Queen Anne was not depicted wearing the Greek key tiara after the 1960s, but she lent it to her daughter, Princess Maria, for her wedding to Kazimierz Miskowski in 1995. The tiara was then passed to her eldest daughter, Margareta. As she began to take on more official roles in Romania, Crown Princess Margareta wore the Greek key tiara at several formal dinners and on various official portraits. But let's return to the jewellery of Victoria Melita. The diamond and emerald tiara was a wedding gift to Ducky, either from both her parents or solely from her mother. She wore the tiara on the day she married her cousin, Grand Duke Ernest Louis of Hesse in 1894. The emerald tiara's design is similar to the aquamarine diadem owned by Ernest's sister, Grand Duchess Ella. However, these are two distinct pieces. The emerald tiara was part of a set of emerald jewellery gifted to her by her parents for the occasion. She continued to wear the wedding emeralds even after her divorce from Ernest was finalised in 1901. The tiara, along with many other jewels belonging to Ducky's mother and sisters, was displayed in Coburg in 1903 as part of a charitable exhibition of the family's possessions. She was also photographed in the tiara with her second husband, Grand Duke Kyril. After this, information about the tiara ceases. Ultimately, very few of Ducky's jewels have survived to this day, mainly because the family had to sell many of their most valuable items after the Russian Revolution. It is safe to say that her emerald wedding tiara likely left the family collection in some manner as well. Another piece of jewellery whose traces have been lost is the English rose brooch. This brooch, crafted in the shape of a rose and adorned with a pear-shaped diamond surrounded by single-cut cushion-shaped pink diamonds, was a gift from Queen Victoria in honour of her christening in 1876. It was later inherited by her younger daughter, Grand Duchess Kyrilovna, in 1936. Kyra prominently wore the brooch when she married Prince Louis Ferdinand of Prussia, grandson of Kaiser Wilhelm II, in 1938. Grand Duchess Kyra also wore the brooch for a series of portraits taken during her wedding. Although the brooch was not worn publicly afterwards, it remained with her descendants until 2014, when Princess Victoria Melita's English rose brooch was sold at a Sotheby's auction. Its current location remains unknown, but we cannot overlook Victoria's Cartier Sapphire necklace. The Cartier Sautoir, adorned with a massive 311-carat cabochon sapphire and a 39-carat sapphire set in a diamond chain, was a Christmas gift from Grand Duke Kyril Vladimirovich to Princess Victoria Melita, known as Ducky. For Christmas 1911, the year they returned to Russia after many years of exile following their scandalous marriage, the Cartier Sapphire Sautoir appeared in several portraits taken in the 1910s. However, like many of the jewels mentioned earlier, this incredible necklace had to be sold, and once again, Queen Marie of Romania came to the rescue. The Cartier Sapphire Sautoir was frequently worn by Queen Elizabeth of Greece for a series of portraits. After her divorce in 1935, the former Queen Elizabeth amassed a significant fortune and became the First Lady of Romania, first to her brother King Kyril and then to her nephew King Michael. She also forged close ties with the Romanian Communist Party, earning the nickname Red Aunt of the monarch. When the Romanian royal family was forced to leave the country by the communist government in 1947, Princess Elizabeth managed to secretly take the Cartier Sapphire Sautoir out of the country. She notably wore the necklace to a gala concert in Paris in 1951. The current location of the necklace is within a private collection, as Princess Elizabeth likely sold the piece during her exile, or left it to her lover, Marc Favrat, whom she adopted 3 months before her death in 1956. That's all for now. Subscribe to the channel, give it a like, and don't forget to comment on which piece of jewelry you liked the most.